Hi people, good morning. I'm standing here on the water leak, and as you can see, it's gotten quite large, spreading out a little further than it did yesterday. Seems to be coming up through all the cracks in the sidewalk or in the pavement, and we've put cones up so that the cars won't drive over it and possibly cause the area to collapse, since we don't really know how much water's under there, but it must be a lot. And I got to thinking about water and how we've tried for many years to control it. We've tried to put pipes in and make it go where we want it to go. And occasionally there's a little hole somewhere and it bubbles up where it wants to go, not where we want it to go. And as I thought about water, I got to thinking about how many times we try to control the Holy Spirit, to keep it from bubbling up, to keep it going where we want it to go, in the way that we want it to go. And it made me think about how the Spirit is going to go where the Spirit wants to go. The Spirit is going to use who the Spirit wants to use in ministry. The Spirit is going to help motivate us and guide us in ways that will help us to be Christ in the world. And yet we put limits on it. We don't want to get too praiseworthy or emotional in church. I mean, after all, people might think we're fanatics. We don't want to cry out and call on God for things that mean a lot in our world. After all, people might think we're just putting on a show. How many times do we say, oh God, I'm just too busy right now, when we feel a nudge from the Holy Spirit, a nudge for us to go and do something? The Holy Spirit is like water. It's going to go where it's going to go. And all our attempts at putting it in its place, in controlling it, are futile, because the Holy Spirit is going to go where it wants to go, just like water. Even in pipes get a hole, the water goes where it wants to go. It's not the water's fault, really. And it's not the Holy Spirit's fault that the Holy Spirit goes where it wants to go either. In fact, I think that's God's way. It's God's way of giving us someone to rely on, someone to push us and motivate us and help us to follow Christ. So as you're going about your day, just remember, the Holy Spirit goes where it wants to go. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week on our Thursday devotion. I'm Cathy Davis with Christ Church in Gastonia. Be blessed.